and gentlemen, this is, a new what if I was doing. It's not really new. Everybody does it, so I just decided to do my own take on it. But this one will be a bit, extraordinary. But, yeah. So this is what if Deku had a quirk. And in this, Deku would have a quirk from the very beginning. It would be a special quirk that only he is capable of using. So even if someone like All For One were to try to steal it, he wouldn't be able to because it would be a, let's just say a special. Like, it'd be a mutation type quirk. It'd be his actual bodies. So with this quirk, I'm going to call it the All-Seeing Eye. I'll get into the abilities in a second. So, from birth, Deku's eyes was always different. It was always as if he was in a trance. The swirls in his eyes. The doctors tried to, study this, but then they found out that, they didn't find out, they realized that they can't look directly in the eyes or something happens. It's like their vision just disappears. So, Deku has always kept on a special pair of glasses. And with these glasses, they start to cancel out his eye's abilities. Now, the All-Seeing Eye has 4 main abilities and a couple minor abilities, but the minor abilities I'm not sure about. So, the first major ability that it has is Quirk Reveal. This ability allows Deku to see people's quirks. Then he has another ability called Weak Spot. When his eyes are activated fully, he has the ability to reveal weaknesses. He also has minor clairvoyance. He has the ability to see 10 seconds into the future. And Vision Swap. Vision Swap, it allows the user to swap the vision of anyone he chooses. So, the same drawback about this quirk is with Aizawa. He has to practice holding his eyes open. But his eyes are mostly open, and his quirk is most always active because it's an eye type quirk. So, when Deku was 4, he started to learn about these abilities. He'd always see 10 seconds into the future and then, feel like he was going through deja vu. So his mom took him to the doctors and the quirk doctor, and he explained the symptoms that his eyes were having, and the doctor said, well, maybe it's a new, version of a eye quirk. And Deku was ecstatic. He was thrilled. He didn't know what else to do. So he just said, thank you. Will I be able to be a hero with this? The doctor says, of course. You can be a hero with anything. All you have to do is try hard. As Deku left that day, the doctor had an evil smirk on his face. He had to go tell his boss about this one. When the doctor went to go tell his boss just wrote it off as if there was nothing special about the boy's eyes. Then, we get to the beginning of the anime. Deku hasn't been bullied like that for real. And he's known to be the smartest in the class. Oh, and by the way, I should say, Deku's eyes also have amazing visual prowess. So, he can see all the way, let's say, 900 yards. He can see it as if it was right in front of him. And he can go farther. So his eyes are like actual God tier eyes. And I will add more abilities with the eyes. But right now I gotta start up. At the age of 9, Deku wanted to start taking martial arts classes. His mother, was so supportive of his abilities and his goal to become a hero that she signed him up for every martial arts class that she could find. She also signed him up for swords classes, his engineering classes, all of it. And Deku immediately grasped it because his eyes had an amazing learning potential. So, you know, Deku is an amazing martial artist. He also has created gear for himself and, special contacts that allows him to keep his eyes open, but they also always water his eyes. So I just want to get that out the way right now. When Deku is 14, he doesn't get bullied by Bakugo like that. Him and Bakugo actually stay away from each other because they fit into two totally different groups. Deku has a quirk, but his quirk isn't a physical quirk. It's not a special flashy quirk like Bakugo's or Todoroki's or anybody else's. Deku's quirk is special. His eyes can see everything. And he already knows everybody's quirk. So, Deku then gets to the teacher asks everybody what do they want to be when they grow up. He's getting ready to, everybody's getting ready to say hero, but the teacher says it for them. Bakugo says, "Don't lump me in with these losers. You see this? You see this?" As he creates an explosion in his hand and lets it off. He slams it to his desk and then explodes it one more time. He says, "That's what's going to get me into UA." Everybody says, "UA? Wow, that's amazing." Well, I mean, he did get the best test score, one of the best test scores, and he's also very powerful. The teacher looks at his paper and says, "Oh, wow, that's pretty amazing. Even Izuku Midoriya wants to go into UA." Izuku blushes. Says, "Yeah, I want to go. I feel like it'll be great." Bakugo scoffs and says, "He doesn't have a physical quirk. How could he go to UA?" And I'll say, Deku has been training this whole time to get, to where he is. So right now he's about 50% off. He's about 50% all for one and 25% one for all. Because one for all is an enhancement quirk and all for one is a taking quirk. Alright. So the book thing doesn't happen and Deku just goes home. He then decides to go under a bridge. But for some strange reason, his eyes start, seeing into the future. His eyes ability activates. He then sees about the sludge villain attack that something was going to come out of the sewers and try to attack him. He knew all the moves that the sludge villain was going to make. He saw everything. Deku was amazed, so this is what it's like to use this ability in combat. Deku then proceeded with caution. Just then, the sludge villain tried to pounce on Deku. Deku ducked under the sludge villain, immediately kicking the sludge as if it was a solidified figure. The sludge grips onto Deku's feet and tries to drag Deku. Deku then sees a small insect, and then his eyes start to glow red. Deku swaps the vision of the sludge villain with the small insect. The sludge villain doesn't know what happened. It's 1 minute he's looking directly at this kid, and now he's looking up at this kid as if he's a small peasant. So now, Deku he's gasping for air. Just then All Might comes. "No need to fear. I am here." And the Sludge Villain is just feeling around as if he's blind. He then sees All Might in the bug's body. He then sees All Might. All Might immediately Detroit smashes the villain, splattering him all across the wall as if he's paint. Just then, he puts the sludge villain in a bottle, a container, and then immediately goes to assist Deku, see if he's okay. Deku's okay. But then before All Might jumps off, Deku asks, "Do you think I could be a hero with a quirk like mine? I only have these eyes. That's it." But then words start to appear above All Might's head. Deku was right. "Oh yeah, I can see quirks. I wonder what All Might's quirk is. Not even the public knows." Just as All Might says, "I don't think you can," Midoriya blurts out, "What's one for all?" And I'm going to leave that here. I hope you guys have a good day.